The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Good evening, depending on where you're located.
Hey,
the audience.
The
audience. The audience. We have an audience here. No. Welcome to Sports Collective TV. I'm your
always
host
a
and
crowd
moderator
here, man.
I'm Ferran, a.k.a. WDC. I want to thank you for listening today. As always, we have a very spectacular, important show for you right here on MorrisMediaLive.com. As you can see, the deck is always full with the broadcasters here. We don't do it. I don't do it by myself, so... Twitter, Instagram, at IamWDC for more information about that. And let's get this party started, man.
Was Big Al right here making my non-hats debut for the first time. And
he ain't wore a hat since 1973.
Shout out
like
to...
1973 was the last time he was born with a hat on. He ain't never had a hat.
Yeah, where's that?
The boy got a good full of hair. Shout out to my boy Farouk.
Yep.
Hooking you up. But
down the street. It was really good. Watch the show on Tuesdays.
You need to see that new picture. You need to get that to Milan.
Yeah.
Real quick,
nice. Get that website. By the way, go check out that www.askelia.com website. Lots of good stuff there.
You're fresh, man.
Oh, appreciate it.
How you feel?
It's a new man.
Relieved, free, man. I feel air again up here.
It's crazy.
It's a different thing.
No, I was driving by. I was across the street at the McDonald's at the red light.
They didn't pay for
getting about to get here. No, then I see a guy with a fresh cut walking down the street. Who
was that?
Hey, it was Big Al
in the neighborhood.
Clean. He's a good guy.
And Mr. Haircut here.
Yeah, he's always fresh today.
That's game day cut. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cousin in the backyard. I'm sitting in the grass. I'm going to cut him up. Get him fresh.
Shout out to Farouk. Get your cut across the street.
Across the street. They don't even know where that's at.
Like, where? Which corner? Bus stop?
You got to start thinking things out, man.
Across the internet.
What's the name of the shop?
Across the internet highway. And then
4300 block. Crenshaw Boulevard, Los Angeles, California. Farouk at the Hair Lounge.
I'm not sure what the name is, but if you don't know we're on 4309 Crenshaw Boulevard, then you're doing something wrong.
You know how places how to get there, but you don't know the address. It's one of those kind of spots. You know how to get there, but we don't know the address.
You'll know you're at the right place.
Well, shout outs to Brooklyn Deli. They across the street. Yep. If you know where Brooklyn Deli is, they over there. All right. Anyway, moving on. I'm Cali Sportsman. You know what I'm saying? AskIlia.com. Coming up, ready to go. Out the gate.
You're already out the gate.
Morris Media Productions, baby. You know what I'm saying? 323-293-3375.
Ooh, you got it.
We got a lot of Lakers colors.
And Google it,
here.
man. We're trying to get many shares, many subscribers. We need I'm asking, just be a guest, all that. Get your story out there. Be new. Media exposure, advertising, businesses, big college preparation, sickle cell awareness, homelessness, mental illness.
All of the above.
We're trying to cover it all. So one
LABC
thing, also,
Drew.
There you go. LABC Drew League, CIF LA, Robert Lamar, $12 an hour. So,
it's your boy.
Since he put that uniform on my daughter, I get him every time. I got to get him.
We're waiting for football season to come back around.
Put a 49er outfit.
We're going to have that picture next week. No, we're not going to be here next week.
Yeah.
That's scary.
I'm from Oakland,
right
Raider fan. So what does my shirt supposed to mean?
Barcelona.
Okay.
In Spain.
Did they do well? Or?
Hell yeah.
It's like the best team.
I knew what the hell I was buying. I just knew by the colors. And
the shirt matched the shoes.
Shirt matched
Put the shoes up here.
No. That's not gentlemanlike. You know they fresh though. But anyway.
Give it to my man over here.
There it is, man. My name is Fredo Cervantes, and I am the truth, and I give you nothing but the truth. And today, I ain't got much truth, but there's a little bit out there. There's a couple things out there, but I'm going to get you guys.
Yeah. Nick.
Swaggy.
Oh, Swaggy. He tweeted up right now. What's going on?
Yeah. He Akon right now. Lost up.
TMZ that right.
He Akon right now.
So give us some info. What happened there with?
Well,
with
I mean, I guess this happened Friday night. He was driving by Hollywood.
In Hollywood, right?
Not just driving by, but I guess driving and rolling.
Partaking in some of that good Cali green.
20 and a half.
Yeah, I mean, it is Hollywood.
Snoop Dogg
and
in the half.
Mr. Swaggy P got pulled over. And he got arrested. He got a DUI. They had him, standing in handcuffs in the middle of the alley in Hollywood. People walking by, taking pictures, videos, and I was showing you guys a video.
Wearing a questionable outfit too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was.
He's always got something funny on.
He's always rolling with some. But I wonder if he had that championship ring hanging down there too. Being next to the cuffs. Probably.
Probably not. Probably not. Probably somewhere locked up at his baby mama's house. So.
No, but yeah, I mean, NBA players nowadays, this is like the third guy I've seen in the past 3 weeks that gets a DUI for smoking weed.
Speaking of smoking weed, Kenneth Reed in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's another one. He got pulled over with like ounces in his car in New York. And Kenneth Reed just got traded from the Nuggets over to Brooklyn. So what a bad way to start in Brooklyn for Kenneth Reed.
Definitely.
But yeah, I mean, that's just something the NBA players do throughout the offseason. So it's, I mean...
In a state that also has medical marijuana recreationally legal since not too long as well. So to get a DUI on top of that
you can't drive with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Driving under the influence. It's no difference if it's alcohol or, well, they showed you with Tiger Woods with the medications. He still was under
some sort of
medication that's a drug, and you can't be under that type of influence under a wheel of a car.
Do not operate a motor
Can't
vehicle.
drive on the FDR drive. Just
can't drive anything.
He's doing pretty good though. He had a real good long game, then his short game kind of went off. Have you been following Ty?
No, I haven't. But I've seen some on SportsCenter. That's it, but not much. Nice.
We need a golf collector.
Golf expert.
Golf guy.
If you're a golf expert,
match up with me, man.
If you're a golf expert, 323-293-3375, Sports Collective Media.
All right.
I got an announcement.
What about gymnastics? Did y'all see the black girl do her thing? Where y'all been?
No, man.
That's
tell me
you're
about
Cali
baseball,
sportsman.
basketball.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You Cali
What
sportsman.
about the Olympic race, the Olympic swimming? You know what I'm saying? Did you know what China was doing and all these other... Man,
elaborate on that, won't
Tell
you?
us.
We need to go to commercial because y'all killing me.
No, we ain't going to commercial yet.
All right, go ahead.
So I got my sickle cell trade announcement information. Definitely, I don't know if you know Seahawks fans, but Bobby Ingram lost his daughter, 20-year-old daughter, to sickle cell disease or complications of this. They're not really sure, but she did have sickle cell disease, and so on Twitter they've been tweeting out all their condolences to him and his family. And just so you know, you'll see the PSAs here from Champs, the Uniform Services University has a PSA here. If you have a sickle cell trait, please reach out to them. I'm a carrier. This case study is very important because they're doing blood work and they're studying the blood to figure out what's causing people like myself who had sickle cell trait exertion, or those that have died from sickle cell trait exertion. They're trying to find out what's going on in our bodies that's triggering the rhabdomyolysis, and some of them having cardiac arrest and having heart attacks. So please, when you see that PSA come up, give them a call if you're a trait carrier and you know someone. The call 240-479-9514, or you can email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu. Please participate in that, and again, it's very important. Go to my website, wdconsct.org, for that, and we'll talk about that more later. But yeah, that's my Sickle Cell Awareness Month is next month, so all that stuff is coming up important. I'm going to FAMU,
nice.
Leaving tomorrow to Georgia, and then driving to Florida, And then speaking at FAMU on
Thursday.
It's like a 4-hour drive from Georgia to Florida.
So when you get down south, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, everything's local there.
Like when I was in Memphis, I think Alabama was only like 45 minutes away. Could you imagine
once you
that?
get there, everything's there. Alabama, Mississippi.
Just go to Shreveport. You can go from Texas to Shreveport, Louisiana. So you can go Dallas, Fort Worth to Shreveport. You
see some good football down there. That's for sure.
So we do have a guest for you today, and so we're going to bring him up next.
Guest.
Yeah, he's got like all these magic moves, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said he has some new techniques.
New techniques.
He's adding new technique to the basketball techniques.
2020.
Now, so it's 2018 style. So
we're going to bring him 2020.
Coach Patterson. Because Coach Patterson, Trainer Patterson, he's coming up next. So we're going to take a quick break and bring him up here with Shireen Ryan, who's here, Sports Crazy.
The Dream.
2 E's. She's up next with us. 2 E's. She's up next. So we're going to take a quick break. Sports Collective Media.
When you need a Cali sportsman, call me, man. 323-293.
Also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.
Hey, I'm Sergeant First Class Ferran Dozier. I'm here at the military base, and I have the sickle cell trait. Now, why I got involved is I experienced what they call sickle cell trait exertion. And I was doing the Army physical fitness test, the 2-mile run, and when I got done, I collapsed. A lot of soldiers and athletes have been dying at football fields and running track, and the family members have no idea that they have the sickle cell trait gene or that it's a trigger. So my purpose is to mobilize the community so we can find out what's in your genes. How will life be if we could prevent another child from being born with sickle cell trait or disease? And if a child was born with the trait or disease, that the family members would have the education, awareness, and resources in every city that they lived in. So tune into our webinar series and find out what's the count.
What's the count? What's the count? What's the count?
Also known as
Welcome
CHAMP.
back to Sports Collective TV. I'm your host and moderator. I'm Ferran, aka WDC. I want to thank you again for listening in to the show today. We will not be here for Labor Day, so September 3rd, we will not be here, so you'll catch a rerun of Sports Collective.
What's that?
TV.
What are we on?
We're on live.
Woo! All right, so
live more than one place.
There it is.
Shireen,
yes,
introduce
sir.
yourself so we can get this episode
Hi,
started.
I'm Shireen Ryan. I'm wearing my Arizona clothes. I got to show off my chest here.
Arizona.
Being the only woman on the deck.
Yes, on deck.
It is college football week.
Okay.
And Arizona's going up against BYU. Go Wildcats. But other than that...
Did you write about that already? Did you?
There is a little tidbit I have to tell you guys about.
Okay, go ahead.
There was a kid, I forgot his name, who came from Texas A&M, and he made that whole splash about how Jimbo Fisher and his group wasn't... Remember that?
Oh, Cali Sportsman heard that.
Yeah, but he also, some video arose where he called a black person on his team a monkey.
Oh!
Yes. And Coach Kevin Sumlin said, goodbye!
Like that?
Or bye-bye, this morning.
Oh,
so,
wow.
So
Yeah.
I forgot the guy's name. SM are his initials.
Okay.
That was today. And Coach Sumlin.
We'll definitely find that article because we'd like to see that.
Right. So, props to Coach Sumlin, and let's go Wildcats. Other than that, basketball.
Yes.
So I brought a guest on today. His name is Coach Govinda Patterson.
Okay.
And he has some special balance moves in basketball that he's been training NBA players, G League players, all kinds of basketball players. And it's like a secret sauce.
Yeah, he showed it to me here on the floor. I was like, wow, I don't want to steal his thunder, but some of this information we get is backwards, man.
Yeah.
Secret sauce.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so, I brought in some of our clients up here, some baseline clients, and we're trying to put together a workout so that he can teach them, and I'm excited. And he taught me a few things here.
I'm going to 24-hour fitness.
Here while everybody was, and Farron's bringing this to 24-hour fitness, so watch out.
After this, you're
here
going
comes
to
WDC.
I got to try it out.
Hey, well, you got to teach me some moves too, Coach. Teach me some moves.
Introduce yourself to the
I'll show you
listeners.
some one-on-one stuff soon.
Whoa! Well, it wasn't me. He's showing you some one-on-ones.
Introduce yourself to the listeners.
My name is Govinda Patterson, and I've come up with new ways how to play contact sports. It's just all about staying better balanced and controlling your opponent's balance the entire time you're playing. So it doesn't really matter how big or fast or strong your opponent is. If you take away his balance, he's done. He's done.
Center of gravity, right?
Exactly.
All right.
Chopping it up.
And just different ways to control your opponent. I took in a lot of martial arts philosophies and put them into sports. Because really, Kung Fu, they studied for thousands of years, and most of it's based around balance, just how to control your opponent's balance. So I just introduced, combined some of those techniques with basketball and football and any other contact sport, and it just created a whole new way how to play.
And you've got a lot of key people in the NBA noticing you. So I know Mike D'Antoni was videotaped talking about your techniques as well. Tell me about some of the most special, recommendations you've gotten.
Well, I think my first one is still my favorite, just because it's from Bill Walton, who's one of my favorite players of all time, and he's really one of the greatest people that I've met. He's just, every time I talk to him, he's so inspirational, and like his letter, he said that what I teach is the best techniques he's ever seen, used, or been taught by all
that's huge.
All of the Hall of Fame coaches that he's worked with.
Wow, that's big. Because that's Bill Walton. And
some checks behind that?
Philly asked if there's checks behind that.
So, Coach, I like to go back in time a little bit. Who is Coach Patterson, growing up, man? Let's give us some history, man.
What's the background? Because you're obviously very tall.
Yeah.
So you don't want to do that. You never want to assume that you play the game because you're tall. It's not fair, but... that's one thing you would think. But so you have a story, though. So tell us a little bit about that.
I grew up in Mount Shasta, California. It's a really small town in Northern California, but it's beautiful. Like one of the most beautiful areas in all of the United States, I think. It's just beautiful outdoors. Yeah, clean water. It's got the purest water. Great fishing, great hiking. Lots of lakes and rivers and waterfalls.
Wow.
Yeah, great place to grow up.
So what was that environment like for you?
How'd you transition to basketball?
Yeah.
There wasn't much basketball there.
Yeah.
I was one of the only people playing on the playgrounds all the time. I just couldn't find anybody that wanted to play.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
So
you can't find it.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Even nobody on the basketball team would play, just go play.
So
only
much
What
me
did
and a
people
couple
do for
other
fun?
kids.
What did people do for fun out there?
Well, we'd play
Who could catch the biggest fish?
Yeah, once we got to high
He said,
school,
who could catch the biggest fish? That's what he said over there. So, but then how did you transition into, so you had an injury you were telling me about.
Yeah, well, I did really good in high school, and I played at the junior college in Weed, which is right next to where I grew up. And I did really good, but then I hurt my back, and it just never got better, so...
Was that playing basketball? Or
playing basketball, and I got rear-ended in a car accident that made it worse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
So how did you, mentally, how did you deal with that?
That was really tough.
Yeah.
Especially since especially after I learned these techniques and figured them out, then I couldn't play still.
Yeah.
I'd try to go on the court and play, but I'd keep hurting myself over and over and over again. But I was so addicted to playing. I just loved playing. I'd try as much as I could, but finally I hurt myself so many times I stopped.
Yeah,
but I still can go like half court against somebody.
Oh, see, that's you and me. We could
24-hour.
We could play there.
Yeah.
We could play. We could play all
I
day.
can't play for more than 2 minutes before I'm completely winded.
We have a segment here. College Sportsman talks about chasing the hoop dreams. Were there any basketball dreams?
Oh yeah, I
before
wanted
the
to play in
accident?
the NBA. I actually played against a couple guys that played in the NBA right out of high school, and I beat them 1-on-1. So I thought, I was pretty, like, before I hurt myself in junior college, I was shooting 86% from the field.
Wow.
That was before I was scoring almost 20 a game.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
And,
Was that balance too?
but-
Did you have balance back
well,
then?
yeah, but I didn't really do my techniques. I've always kind of done my own techniques. I wasn't really allowed to watch basketball growing up.
Right.
It wasn't allowed on
Why
the
not?
TV.
Why not? Why
it was,
not?
It was like
Parents?
a girly sport.
Why not?
Yeah, my dad
According
was
to
a
his dad.
football fan. He thought it was kind of a girly
What
sport.
What team?
We'll say girly. He
49ers.
said
He was a
something
Niner
else.
fan.
Oh yeah.
Up there in Northern
A Niner
California.
fan?
No wonder. He's
Yeah.
got nerve. Anyways.
Where's your fault?
Where's the So no basketball, but are you a 49ers fan?
Oh yeah. I was born in San Francisco, raised a 49er fan.
All right, we'll talk about that later.
Don't tell me you're a Giants fan. Are you a San
Yeah,
Francisco?
Giants fan.
What?
Yeah, we'll talk about
right.
that on another segment.
I would think
here.
that your technique would help on the football field as
Oh,
well.
tremendously. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, every single.
So tell us a
It
little
works
bit.
even better in football because they're not. I can push people. I can grab people.
Yeah.
Right.
In basketball, you can't do any of that, so you're prohibited to do a lot of different things that I'd like to do.
You got to do it sneakily.
Yeah. Well, everything I teach is all within the rules. So,
Okay.
I've actually gone up and talked to quite a few NBA referees, and I went over all my techniques with them, and they all said that it's all good.
So the audience here is interested into
We got a lot
talking
of people
about
out here.
what is the technique. You should have just came up here.
Walk up.
All right, Ilya's going to come up here.
He's a
But also,
basketball
I
guy.
want to make sure everybody
You know
knows
what?
Mike D'Antoni recently had.
Yeah, we say that one more again.
Yeah.
That's good.
There it is.
Well, I mean-
Squeeze
You want me
in
to do
there.
a
Squeeze in there.
demonstration right here? Or are we
you
talking?
said,
No.
when you like for basketball, if I'm on defense, basically, I want to shift my guy left, right? Because normally that's their weakest hand,
Yeah.
right? So that's a balance. That means normally I got to be balanced. I have to slide my feet and push the opponent to a certain side. So a lot of times guys back up, they not square down, their butt is not to the floor. So what would be a good technique for that? That's what I'm getting at.
Well, basically on defense,
Stand up, move the chair.
Boom.
on defense, if you're facing me, you're giving me your weakest point to attack.
Okay.
This is your weakest possible point. It's like boxing. I'm not going to box you like this, right? I'm not going to fence you like
And that's
this.
why I said you kind of force him left.
So-
So you're going to try to force. We're dribbling the basketball, so I'm going to kind of force you left, possibly because that'd be your weakest.
I think I'm the basketball.
Well, I'm saying
Use
you
your
don't-
hair.
You don't want to be square to your opponent until they have their momentum away from the hoop.
Okay.
Okay, once I get your momentum going to the side, then I can slide with you like
can
normal.
slide.
Okay,
All right.
but I don't want to give my weakest
yeah.
point to attack. There's no strength here. Like my weakest point is in front of me to be able to block you, or to stop. Or my other weakest point is back to the basket.
So as a defender, you would slide to either one side, or what would you do? Or
I would
you,
put my strongest position towards you, like boxing,
Okay.
or fencing.
All right.
And now, once I get your momentum going, once your momentum
Then-
shifts to a different
then
side,
you
then
can
I
think-
can slide you and get your momentum going away from the hoop.
See, his technique is pushing you away from the basket.
Now, I take away your straight line to the hoop, and I force you away from
It's
it.
all good. I just shoot like, hey.
And that's Cali Sportsman. I asked you to come up here. You didn't want to come up here.
Come on. Golly.
I was just here for this.
That was good. Hey, you get an 8.
So
We
you-
got about 3 sports out of that.
So you shared with me, off camera, that you've taught this technique to a young girl who had no basketball experience, and she was posting up guys and defending guys. Talk about that.
Yeah, I actually, after I think it was 4 or 5 lessons, she'd never played basketball before. She's actually in the video, if you guys want to watch it, it's Hawaii KTVU, I think. Anyway, but I put her up against a guy that played for University of Hawaii. He was 6'11". He was one of my students also. but she was able to post them up and score like 8 times in a row.
Holy crap.
And there's really nothing you can do about it because he's so off balance, you can't play defense. He just makes an easy layup.
Wow.
And same thing she did to the guy that was on the television guy. He was all bragging about how good he was. And she'd hardly been playing at that point, and she scored on him like 15, 20 times in a row. He only put one on the video because his cameraman was making fun of him the whole time, but she just destroyed him.
Now, you mentioned earlier as well that some of the techniques that we're taught in basketball are kind of like backwards.
Yeah, exactly opposite.
I think I've met some people who talk about even our education is taught backwards. So what's backwards about what they teach us as far as currently basketball versus your technique? Like how is it backwards?
Well, you're just putting yourself in positions to easily be taken off balance, or you're driving yourself off balance just by the way you position yourself, the way you have momentum going away from the hoop, or I just teach a deeper understanding of how to stay balanced yourself and what to do to take your opponent off balance in one way or the other. Yeah. Whether it's getting position on them and getting leverage, or using their momentum against them, or taking away all the space, or creating space, creating momentum, to get an advantage on your opponent, and attacking the correct angles, the exact angles, to be able to get them the most off balance that you can.
Because I walked in and it was like, man, you like up here. So I went straight to my post-up move, right? And he was like, man, I know how to get.
You just made space.
He's like,
made too much space.
Too much space, because he was like, as soon as I feel your leverage in that balance, man,
I can just push you off.
He's pushed me off and just run across. I was like, oh, okay,
so
that's an old school move.
So you got to stay body to body. See, we already learned.
That's an old school move, right? I mean, but we were taught that though. You're taught to box out.
Yep.
Or put your arm bar up.
There are some improper ways to box out. Obviously, when you're trying to back a guy up, as we talked about,
and that's what you always
my weight is on him, and I'm trying to feel for him on my butt cheek.
But that's the wrong thing to do.
It's the wrong thing to do, because with the throw me off balance, he's going to get the rebound.
With the Patterson technique,
you
might be able to get that rebound, and the other guy's going to be knocked to the floor. I want to see that.
For Fontana 24-Hour Fitness, I'm coming
Fontana!
Coming for y'all. Fred, you got any?
No, I'm just very curious. So you have other camps right now that you do your teaching at with the kids? Because I know you.
Yeah, I was doing kids camps this summer with Holistic Hoops, and I'm working with BDA now, Basketball Development Academy, and I'm going to be teaching at the Geffen School, the UCLA high school, the Geffen High School.
Oh, nice!
About with that. So,
that's good. So, how they find you? Like, do you have is LinkedIn the best way, or is
I guess
Twitter, Instagram?
I guess Instagram or LinkedIn is probably a good way, or Facebook. Just go ahead and message me. I'm looking for great players out there. If you want to be better than LeBron or Michael Jordan, the next player,
Lonzo Ball, I guess.
Yeah, Lonzo. Hey, Lonzo, get out of LeVar. Call this guy.
His pops ain't gonna allow that.
I'm telling you, the next player that's going to surpass them by far is going to be my student.
Whoa!
What I teach,
you heard that here.
What I teach, everyone in the world is going to have to teach what I teach, because it's not going to work anymore.
They're going to be able to
defend it.
It doesn't matter if you have an all-star team. If I teach one team, then they all have my stuff, then they're going to dominate you, because it doesn't make any sense to throw yourself off balance.
And you can't really beat fundamentals.
That's crazy. I kind of want to just go to the Parker and let's go play some ball, man. Teach me some stuff.
I'll teach you.
Teach me.
I'm dying to teach everybody, but I've been keeping this a huge secret for a long time.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Well, what's the secret sauce? The secret sauce.
I mean, you can't divulge it all, because you got to keep your worth, right?
Well, not only that, I want to have the impact. Like, if I just put out my videos, I can make a lot of money, but then once I get to the NBA, everybody's going to be teaching it.
Oh, yeah.
And then
be like,
it's going to be...
Would you like to be a head coach? Are you looking for a coaching job, a training job? Or?
I would like any position on the team, as long as they'll let me teach my techniques. I want to learn. The toughest part for me is that I'm not in a position where I'm learning more about the game, so it's kind of hurting my coaching game, because I'm not in that position right now. I mean, I might have missed out on a couple of championships if I was someone to let me teach before, but I'm missing out on learning from great coaches, because I'm not connected in the NBA right now, and that's what really frustrates me.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question. Have you watched Lonzo Ball's game?
Oh, yeah, I like
What would you correct? Or you don't need to correct it. Is it a good game? Like what? I'm just trying to...
Well, I'd teach him my techniques, Period.
Okay.
No one does my technique, so if I teach him that, that's going to help his game. I mean, there's a couple things with the shot that I would like to fix, but he's got a unique shot, and I wouldn't mess with it too much, but there's a couple things that I think would really help the way that he does that.
What was it, Meek Mill, who was it Meek Mill or some rapper musician was playing with Trey Songz or somebody and had this, I don't know how they did it, but they shot a 3-pointer like this. It became a meme.
Oh, it was one of those celebrity basketball games or something.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I don't remember.
About a week or two
So
ago.
Anyway, I just thought that was interesting.
Anything you want to share, with the listener before we take this break, man? Anything you want to?
Like, what is your Twitter handle? What is your Instagram handle?
Just look up Govinda Patterson, and you'll be able to find me on all those.
Govinda.
Well, we got him on our
Shout
social
it out.
media, so just
Yeah.
check it out. Sports Collective Media. He's on there. Got all the info.
Yep.
Go ahead and follow him.
I'm in LA looking for students.
There it is.
Well, I got 5 of them. We just need a court.
Is there an
Plus
age
these
range?
guys.
Age range?
As long as you're dedicated and serious about the game, then I'll teach just about anybody. But
that.
you have to be dedicated. I don't take on students that are just half-ass. It's got to be real.
Boom.
I like that.
Got to be all in.
So we got some more segments coming up. We got the alerts coming up, but we're gonna have a conversation with the Truth coming up after this. You're gonna stay up on the deck with us since
Sure.
you're a 49er fan and a Giants fan. We
Yeah.
wanna find
What
out
else?
more
Wait, we're
about
missing the
it.
basketball team.
Yeah, what's that?
What's your basketball team?
I'm open on basketball right now. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm looking for
I
a team.
see.
Don't ruin that. We'll touch on that afterwards.
Sports Collective TV right here on MorrisMediaLive.com. Shout us out. What's the count?
The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm blessed, my brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, did you see the game last night?
Oh, that was a good game.
But did you see the shot?
I lost money from that shot.
Oh,
too,
man,
bro.
that shot was cold,
I
man.
hated it, but it was good. Damn. What's in those jeans?
You really want to know?
I do.
Exhaustion, muscle spasms, asthmatic issues, unexpected sickle cell trait crises.
Damn. Are you serious? When I was young, I found out I had sickle cell trait. My mom's told me, but I ain't have no knowledge of it. But when I got older, I had a child, and the doctor told me my daughter has sickle cell trait. You know the facts that both parents have sickle cell trait? There's a 50% chance the child may have the trait, and 25% chance the child may have the disease.
Hey, that's what's the count. Do you know that 2.5 million people in the United States have sickle cell trait, 300 million people globally? I didn't find out I had sickle cell trait until I was in the Army, 10 years. Next thing you know, I had a sickle cell trait exertion site.
Sickle cell? I thought that was a black gen or something.
Nah, man, the Latin community is number 2. 1 out of 36,000 babies are being born with sickle cell disease. You could be Caucasian, Mediterranean, European. You gotta know your bloodline, man. There is an inherited gene in our community that has been forgotten. The name is sickle cell trait. WDCONSCT, also known as What's the Count, is out to bring awareness, education, and prevention to people all over the globe. Want more information? Call us now at 323-215-5384 or visit www.wdconsct.org.
And we are back here. There it is. Hey, we're back here on Sports Collective TV with myself, Fredo Cervantes, and the rest of the crew here. And this is time for the truth. And we're going to go ahead and lay the truth out on the table. And you know what? I want to start with the question. I want to start with the question.
Lay it out.
Lay it out.
Just lay it out there.
But I just asked Shireen right now, right before we came on, about DeAndre Ayton.
Right.
Number 1 overall pick for the Phoenix Suns out of Arizona. And were you excited for that?
You know, DeAndre was dominant the entire season.
Yeah, he was.
And he didn't even play as much as he should have because he's such a big guy that the Pac-12 refs were like this with Tarczewski, Caleb Tarczewski. Anytime they moved, it was a foul. So they foul early, and then they had to sit on the bench. So you didn't even see his full potential. In the NBA, that's not going to happen. That's number one. Number two, you get him the ball above the rim, the ball's going to go in. Watching Summer League, they never got the ball to DeAndre. They were ball hogging, trying to get their own position. Yeah. So you can't judge DeAndre on Summer League. He also has a 3-ball that Miller didn't necessarily have him shoot, like he didn't have Dusan Ristic shoot. Dusan had to go out and shoot it himself just so he could show that he could do it. And once Dusan sent a 3 and it went in, Miller was pissed. He was pissed it went in because he told him not to shoot it.
And it went in.
So this is the kind of coach that he had, you know, and he learned more defense as the year went on. And I don't think we've seen his full potential. I think he held back a little bit because he was so worried about fouling out all the time, and the NBA was on the horizon, which is one of these one and done thing has just got to go away, you know, because him and Bagley should have been in the league to begin with.
Yeah,
you know, they one and done. Like neither one of them got to the Final Four, even, right?
No, neither.
So.
Not even Duke. They got out in the Sweet 16, I think it was, both of them. But I was just telling you because I saw a video over the weekend on DeAndre, and I was just like, wow, this guy's the number 1 overall pick. I'm like, he's a big guy. What is he, 6'11"?
Ask every Pac-12 coach if they wanted to play against him, and they didn't. Number 1. Number 2, in the NBA draft, what happened at the end of the draft? In the beginning of the draft, it was bigs. At the last 6 picks were all 6'9", all but one were 6'9" or 6'8" or taller. And Thomas Welsh didn't even get into the combine. And I talked to him afterwards. He was very proud of him, so he got drafted. Well, he got drafted because he shut down DeAndre in McHale
shout out,
Center.
That's UCLA. Shout out Thomas Welsh.
Yeah, Thomas Welsh. And he shut down DeAndre in McHale Center, which... It's the only one who could do it.
And that's a big differential.
And he could shoot a
Thomas
3.
Welsh is not so big.
Thomas has a fantastic game. He's just a quiet guy, so you don't hear about him. But I don't know if you've seen DeAndre and Mo. Was it Mo? Mo and DeAndre were doing
the little dance.
Call me baby dance. I couldn't. Can you not stop laughing? The thing about DeAndre is you just love him as a guy. You just want to sit and watch him dance. Like he's this 6'7" foot guy who has these moves from the Bahamas. You know?
That's crazy. We got to get that video up. I'll try to get it up here and see it. Put it up because that's a funny video.
It's a funny video, and I was privy to the locker room because I follow a lot of the players. So it wasn't just it was him and Emmanuel Acut. Emmanuel Acut's also from the island, so they put up the music in the locker room, and those two were dancing, and then everybody else got to dance, and it was quite fun.
Coach, did you get a chance to see DeAndre? His type of style, his type of play.
Oh, yeah.
What did you think about it? Is there anything that he should work on? Anything you see?
Yeah.
You see a lot on every player. Where should I start?
Straight.
All backwards.
Govinda has some advice.
Go ahead. Let us know.
Well, no, I think I can help him with his post game a lot. You know, and just get him to the hoop so he just has to dunk the basketball. Like with my techniques, like once I teach him how to post up, you don't really even need post moves. You just catch the ball and turn around and dunk.
And that will lessen the fouls being caught on him and things like that.
And well, really, what my techniques do too is it makes it so you're not wasting energy. You don't have to battle for position.
Right.
Like anytime somebody battles with you, they're going flying the other way. Because the more you fight, the easier it is for me to get your balance off.
Right.
So I just can't wait to teach this stuff, and so I can get
you're
a
waiting
hold
for
of
the
players
clients,
like
yeah.
that. Exactly.
Well,
I'm working with Lance Stevenson next week.
Oh,
so-
nice.
Good. Shout out.
So the Lakers will have it. Oh, that's a major thing.
Let's see. So how did that come about? Did he reach out to you, so one of his people?
Well, I met him like 4 years ago, something like that. I was brought in. Well, I got to see the Lakers, and then the Clippers brought me in too. But they have runs where like a bunch of NBA players play, and they got like two
Rico
courts
Hines,
going.
the Rico Hines runs at UCLA.
No, it's at the Clippers.
Oh, it's
facility.
different runs. Wow.
Yeah, but so it's just a bunch of NBA players around. So I got to show Lance on the side, and him and Rajul Butler and a couple other guys, and he really loved it. But I had to leave at the time. I had somewhere else I really needed to be, and then so we've been just trying for the last couple of years to get together.
Well, now he's in LA.
Finally, he's in LA.
So.
Yeah, because he already said no before, but then he got traded to LA, and he's like, "Yeah."
So what is it? One of the things that you look at Lance's game. What is it? One thing that you think he should improve?
Oh my God, I'm so excited to work with Lance. He does things with the basketball that I don't see most people even being able to do. He reads people really good. He does like his fakes, and he just really uses people's balance. It's like one of the toughest things for me to teach on my own, but he's already doing some of this stuff. So I'm just so excited to work with him. Because he's just going to be able to pick it up like that,
Yeah.
Because some of this stuff, it really takes a while to learn. If you haven't taken martial arts, then some of these movements and some of the positions I have players in are a little bit awkward for them.
Right.
They're not used to getting low. They're not used to, being able to switch their weight or use their weight or get into people's bubbles. People have a real problem like getting close to somebody and getting in on them. It's just they don't feel comfortable doing that.
Right.
Especially shooters are a lot harder to teach this to because they just want to get their space.
Yeah.
If I was on the basketball court, I'd be close to all
frontier.
of them.
Space.
Wow.
So
don't ask me which ones, but anyway.
I'm thinking like as you're talking about the technique, you're thinking your mind is going to be constantly going from where the ball is to where your position is. Like it has to be it has to become natural at some point, right?
Definitely.
Trying to remember where am I going to position myself while I'm trying to get the ball, and then like.
But see, it really takes away all the unnecessary stuff that you don't need. It slows down the game for you because you're just looking for a couple certain. How do I stay balanced? How do I control my opponent's balance? Where's my straight line to the hoop, and where's his weakest point? How do I get him off balance? You do that, you just go right to the hoop. He gets out of your way. You don't even need to do anything.
So is this all defenders, or certain defenders are worse than others? Like if you,
anybody.
If, let's say you watch game tape, right, and there's certain players where they really are off balance. I could really take advantage of that player. Whenever they have the ball or wherever they're guarding me, I know that I can do X, Y, Z. Or is it every single player is all the same?
As long as they play defense like everybody else plays defense.
That old way of defense.
The only way to stop my offense is to do my defense, really, I think. You can't really stop it. I tell people what I'm going to do. I tell NBA players what I'm doing. I do it in slow motion, and they still can't stop me.
Wow. Because of the balance.
So you're teaching offense or defense? You're teaching
both.
The entire
it's going to give
game.
you the defense is going to give you offense. Yeah. You got some more truth?
Yeah, some more. Just I was going to let you know.
What's the next truth?
Talk to the team and fix the team. talk to the team while you're at it. Don't just work with Lance. Work with some other players down there.
I'm trying.
If you get the opportunity.
If he likes it, I'm hoping he's going to introduce me to everybody.
Yeah. So let's touch on the basketball topic. I know before we went to break, you mentioned you're like, I'm going to hold on my team. What's your team? Who do you support? Who do you look at for the basketball?
You could just say who you grew
up liking the Kings.
The Kings. All
The
right.
Kings,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, you're up north.
I'm closest to Sac.
He's all NorCal, man.
Yeah.
All
I'm
NorCal.
from Mount Shasta. It's near Oregon.
Went to San Francisco.
Well, the Kings got some great.
Yeah,
players now,
Marvin
right?
Bagley. I mean, he just went to high school here, just about 30 minutes away from here, up in the valley, and being what was he, the second overall pick, right? Second overall pick, and he's going to be a great pickup from Duke. Did you get it? Used to.
I like the way you say used to.
Not anymore. But what do you think about Marvin's game? Did you get a chance to see that?
A little bit. I haven't been able to or watching too much lately, just because. it's frustrating for me because I can't play. It's for one, but the other thing is it's frustrating to watch like them play that. Like it's just I see mistakes constantly.
Yeah. You just want to jump through the TV. Huh?
Like let me fix it. Why would you be teaching players to do that? It's just frustrating.
See, Cali Sportsman and I.
People were all taught coming up.
Yeah, Cali Sportsman and I was at the Drew League standing next to each other like, man, I want to play so bad. We want to play so bad. Like, I'm like you, I can't watch. I try to get on PlayStation. It's like, this is not the same. I'm just 24-hour fitness. I'm like, I'm going to play half court or something. Just got to get out there.
How would you have played Harden? Well, I thought Frank did a pretty good job with him, right?
Yeah, no, he did. Yeah, he did. Actually, he D'd him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he D'd him up pretty good.
So let's touch on a little bit of football. You're a Niner fan up here.
Oh, yeah, big Niner fan.
Niner fan. We got a Raider fan over there. We got Pittsburgh, Rams, Vikings.
Al and I, right?
Rams.
And Oscar, too. So let's talk a little bit. Jimmy Garoppolo. What do you think about Jimmy?
Man, I'm excited. Finally.
It's going to be his first full season.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Because, the car in Oakland needs a tune-up. The car in Oakland needs a tune-up, so.
It's moving to Vegas.
Did you hear it? It was like,
It's moving to Vegas anyway.
Oh, yeah, they're going to Vegas. So you got to tune it up before you go to Vegas, Derek. But, yeah, Jimmy, Jimmy, what's going on with Jimmy up there? Because he's dating some porn stars up there.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Porn stars, does he?
He doesn't.
I guess he wants it professionally.
Ask Jimmy. Jimmy, are you watching? Why do you got to go out with a porn star? Why?
Yeah. Why?
But,
the president does it, I guess.
And get away with it.
And get away while he pays for it.
And become the president.
It's the life.
So that's the world we live in now. But hey, I guess shout out over there. But let's go back to Jimmy here, because Jimmy was under. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers, how he was under Brett Favre for a couple of years. Same thing with Jimmy being under Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Jimmy? What do you think?
Oh, obviously he's learned from the best. I mean, that's one of the best. Yeah, the best. Yeah, he's the GOAT. And one of the best coaches of all time. Yeah. Also.
True. Yeah, he's still coaches out there. And
so it's just great that the Niners are finally turning it around. It's been hard. It's been tough growing up there, winning championships all the time. And then the last, I don't know.
Welcome to the Laker fans.
Yeah, Kaepernick. I heard the name come out here. Kaepernick. I mean, that's one guy who I heard something.
Stumble to the whole organization.
Yeah, that really just delay a lot of their process. But I heard something. So I don't know. I can't recall the name. But someone's like, hey, if you put Kaepernick on the squad right now, he'll take you to the ship. I thought that was
Kaepernick wasn't a bad quarterback.
It was losing Harbaugh that messed up Kaepernick.
True, he left to Michigan.
And you need an O-line if you want to be a good quarterback. But Nick Foles in the Rams organization under Fisher was horrible, but Nick Foles in the Eagles with that O-line was fantastic. So, I mean, everybody puts everything on the quarterback, but you don't have a center, you don't have some O-line, protecting you. You don't have any time to pass.
You gotta have that protection.
Khalil Tate had like 5 seconds to pass the ball when he first started. Everybody was like, And last year he had some more time. Guess what? Now he's like Heisman Trophy candidate. So really, you can't. Everybody puts everything on the quarterback, but you need that O-line to be in sync with the quarterback and helping, give them time in the pocket to. Wasn't it the Oklahoma State? What's that guy's name? The number 1 pick. We can't even remember.
Baker?
Baker. He had time in the pocket. I couldn't believe all the time he had in the pocket. But I was watching a game and he had and even the announcer's like, "Oh, he's not running out of the pocket. Oh, he's protected."
True.
When you're protected,
some guys have a good line, but I still don't think Kaepernick is a good quarterback in my eyes.
Yeah,
I don't think he is.
He's not great.
Yeah, he's not great. He's all right, but. Right, that's my take on him.
It's timing, the team, your skills, your attitude. It's not just one thing.
So we're gonna move to the next segment. We got the alert segment coming up. So I know you've been waiting for that. We got alarm here. So we're gonna take a quick break. You're gonna see this cut up close now. Coming up right after this commercial break.
And we also have Lewis coming up here right now with Al.
The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and/or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.
Welcome back to Sports Collective TV. We got the Dream laughing over here about something. I'm not sure what. But we got 10 minutes left on the show, and we're going to continue with this NBA alerts. We're bellless today, but we're going to keep the ball rolling. Yes.
Let's go, Big Al.
Thanks, Shireen.
Hey, Al,
Excellent.
before you take it over, show your cut around. Show that cut.
I think our caller is on the line as well.
There it is.
Excellent. We got a caller?
Yeah.
Who wants the caller?
Talk to him.
There it is.
Who's on air?
Oh, what's going on? Fredo.
Oh!
Blew up. How's it going?
Who is it?
Good. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
What's happening, man? What's happening?
Good to have you on.
Lou Wop.
Hold on,
Just calling in just to see. I mean, you guys are still talking. I'm still talking a lot of NBA basketball. But Fredo, what's up with the Dodgers, man?
Okay. You want to bring up the Dodgers real quick?
I got it.
Here we go.
Okay. A couple of wins. I just got a couple of wins.
And I know we're expecting to visit the Diamondbacks this weekend as well. So that's going to be a tough weekend.
That's his team.
Yeah, that's this weekend, right?
Yes, this weekend, sir.
Oh.
And so wait a second. So let me ask you a little thing. Oh, no, wait. Take it over, Big Al.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, this is your time.
Do the.
No, I was just going to ask a question because I'm like, Lewis, you're not scared of what's going to happen?
Regarding what?
Regarding the Dodgers. They're coming into your town.
Nah, you guys don't have a closer, right?
No, we do have a closer, but he's having
right
some
now.
heart issues, which is his health. You got to watch your health.
Right. And you guys have spent like all this money, and you guys traded for Manny Machado, and that still hasn't worked out, right?
Manny Machado. Hey, it hasn't worked out because injuries. And one of my main things, real quick, I don't know what you think about it. Dave Roberts. I want to ask Shireen this as well because you asked me a question last week about it. Dave Roberts, honestly, to me, he got to go. He's making so many bad decisions, taking out pitchers too early. Over the past week where we had a losing streak, and it's just a lot of bad movement, bad lineup. What do you think about that, Shireen and Luop out there?
I think he's done that ever since the beginning.
Yeah.
Right? And especially in the World Series where he had 6 or 7 changes in pitches. But, he's going by analytics.
True, but is that the way to go? I mean, it
maybe
seems...
not. Maybe he needs to abandon it, because... Sometimes it's a gut thing, but he does a lot of it's by if a pitcher pitches so many pitches or pitches so many strikes or so many balls, it's time for them to go. And we've always won when we did XYZ. Maybe they need a new analyst at the Dodgers.
No, they do. It seems like the front office up there just kind of is making the decisions up there, and Dave Roberts is just a puppet. That's the way I look at it. I feel like he's just a puppet out there following whatever Andrew Friedman
and
up there.
And it's not his fault then.
No, it's not his fault, but he got to step up and be like, hey, this is my team. Let me take over. This is why you hired me, right? This is the reason why you hired me. Let me do my job.
Grow a pair.
Yeah, grow a pair. Dave Roberts, sorry to say this, but grow a pair, man. Talk to Andrew Friedman.
All right. Baseball isn't getting interesting till October, so we're gonna get it moving with this NBA alert here. We gotta.
Hey, Oscar joined us. Welcome, Oscar.
Right.
Your brother's here.
Right. There was a little traffic, but I made it here.
All right,
definitely.
Good.
We got an experienced coach here right next to me that I've been meaning to ask a question to, and I'll let the deck answer this as well. Who do you guys think is going to be the most improved young player in the NBA next year? If I would pass that right on to you, Coach. Now, I know you know some players, you have some personal relationships, but if you had to put those aside,
I think LeVar Ball is going to have the best improvement this year. Working
Lonzo,
with LeBron. I mean Lonzo Ball. Sorry, I was just talking about his dad. Sorry about that. I think working with LeBron is going to give him so many assists and just opportunity to score. He's going to be a lot more open this year. I think he's going to be the biggest improved.
Now, you said you'd work on his shot a little bit. What about his defense and just his overall game? Do you think that needs improvement too?
Well, yeah, everything could use improvement, but man, he's got some quick hands. He sees the court really well. He gets in positions where he needs to be. He's got a high basketball IQ. I really would love to work with him.
He let steals and rookie guards, steals, deflections through the ball. He does have long hands down there.
Represent,
right? Lonzo Ball, baby, all day. Big baller, Brad.
Is there any other take? Any other young player coming up?
So I'm into like fantasy sports. So here goes a deep sleeper, Pirtle in San Antonio. So he got traded over there. Right now they don't have a solidified 5, but I feel with his personnel, with his skill set that he showed last year, and that coaching staff, I really feel he could take a huge jump. I agree with Lonzo, but I want to bring someone out that people won't know about. But by the end of this year, they're gonna know who Pirtle is.
Remember, he's Kuzma's
he was part of the
right. He was in
part
Utah.
Of the Kawhi trade
to Utah,
to go over.
He was Kuzma's former teammate.
And he had a game where he had, I think, 11 blocks against Golden State last year.
He was a force in the Pac-12.
Crazy.
He was definitely a force in the Pac-12.
Sleeper.
What about Giannis? You guys don't think he's making a big jump again next year?
I mean, he got to just improve his jump shot. That's about it. Everything else around his game is very good, but his jump shot needs to be consistent.
He will be unguardable with the jump.
What do you think, Coach? I want to get your opinion on Giannis.
Takes one step to
No, you're right.
No, yeah, I mean, to me, that's just the only thing, because Giannis is a beast. What is he, like 6'10", almost
incredible,
250? Yeah.
So
insane
let me ask
speed.
you this then, because the hype was MVP was Harden all season, most likely, right?
Worst
But
of
we
all
just
time.
seen him in the Drew League playing like pretty garbage, right? So what is he going to improve on? He's still dragging guys to the basket, looking for the Hail Mary foul. I want to see what else got, like the Currys or the Durants. Everybody's always talking about the LeBron James, but these guys are top caliber players too. What are they working on? What we going to see out of them?
That's an interesting point, because Houston did not succeed last year from their standpoint, if you look at it, and a true MVP definitely improves their game over the offseason. So I'm with you on that one. Same with KD and Westbrook when they won the MVP. But
but isn't it a little political, this MVP?
Go ahead.
Lewis.
Oh yeah, real quick, just last for the young player, Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum. There we go.
Yeah, and I don't mean numbers wise. I know Gordon Hayward's coming back, Kyrie Irving's coming back. Not numbers wise, but I mean, if you guys are, I'm a huge Kobe fan, so he doesn't post much. But over the summer, he posted a video where he's working with Jason Tatum, and I know a lot of my Laker fans, my Laker fans got upset because, how is Kobe working with the enemy? Kobe is out there, putting out his knowledge to whoever will listen. A kid like Jason Tatum, with Kyrie, Gordon Hayward coming back, he's going to be talked about as MVP caliber player this season. That's going to be going from a rookie to like MVP. Now, I'm not talking about maybe he'll get a vote. He might get a vote or something, but that is going to be a huge leap going into that superstar mode that not a lot of people can enter.
Well, do you feel like he'll get enough touches?
Yeah,
Jason Tatum?
He's going to show enough, especially in this day and age in the NBA where defense is looked at so well. You had Kawhi Leonard as a young guy win the NBA Finals MVP, and he wasn't getting many touches, but he locked down LeBron. So I mean, I don't know who's really out there to stop Boston from getting to the finals. Maybe Philly if
Toronto
if they stay healthy. But if you have, I have Boston meeting the Warriors, and if you can get Tatum on KD, who looks unstoppable when he's facing LeBron, if he can put off like a Kawhi Leonard performance, which is what I'm forecasting in my mind. I'm playing around and like, okay, we got Boston versus the Warriors. It will be because of the Jason Tatum, who'll be able to take down their LeBron and KD. That's the step I see him making, because Jason Tatum, man, he's got like a 7'2" wingspan. He's 6'8", 6'9". He's on the wing playing harsh defense. He can knock down the three. That's where the NBA is going nowadays.
When Mr. Sports Center coming back on?
We miss you, Luop. We need you on the show.
He's giving us teasers,
and
he's coming back.
We're running out of time shortly, so I got one more thing to throw out to you guys real quick before we head out. This is more of a stylistic part of the NBA. They're really going all out with these sponsors on the jerseys, putting on everything. I just want to ask you guys, how do you feel about that? Does this destroy the classic look of the NBA, or do you feel like this is a new time for sports
From
to
a guy
usher
who's
in?
in the ad world, he loves it.
He loves it.
That's good,
And
man.
each
But what
brand
about-
is worth a different amount of money, by the way. If you
exactly.
go look it up, each team got a certain amount of money, but it wasn't the same across the board.
Right, but baseball doesn't do it.
But
Football
baseball,
doesn't
they
do
just
it.
did the uniforms with the nicknames on the back.
Yeah,
Right,
it was
but
Players
no
Weekend.
sponsors.
So, but I'm just saying that's still a form of marketing because now that jersey is a unique jersey.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not,
and if you look at what the brands that they're picking brands that are kind of go with the team, like Wish.
For the Lakers, that's
For the
right.
Lakers. I tried Wish.
Here's my question: how much of that is going to the players that are actually wearing the jerseys?
Good point. Good point. Probably not much.
There's a little percentage probably down to the contract.
I'm not watching Jeannie Buss wear these jerseys, like
$0.
Doesn't all the money go in a pot that pays them?
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
how we
it's
pay
some
LeBron James?
Luop. What do you feel about this?
Yeah, I mean, the team owners, they play the players to play, so they're paying them to play in whatever you put out there. So it's their jerseys, the owner's jerseys. I'm for it, and it's capitalistic. So if you're going to pay the Warriors are getting the most out of any NBA team, for some, I don't even know what Rabukin is.
Yeah.
It's like I believe it's like some sort of like tech company out there, but they're willing to pay more, and I'm sure there's some teams out there that haven't gotten someone come up to them, and they just have the plain no sponsor on them, But I think most teams nowadays, like the Lakers with Wish, Cleveland with Goodyear, that obviously goes hand in hand, Goodyear tires.
But then there's some weird ones, like Sacramento has almonds as a sponsor.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm
Maybe
saying.
that's all they could get.
Hey, you gotta remember.
Well, we're going to wrap it up here because we are running out of time. But you can definitely give us a call at 323-293-3375. And we're here every Mondays at 5 p.m. Go check out our Facebook. Go check out our Instagram.
Not next Monday.
Not next Monday, Labor Day weekend. That's right.
We'll be back September. Hey, wait, September 10th is a big night. Hey, Callie, September 10th. You know what's going on September 10th?
Yeah, I'm being with you.
All right. Oakland opening night against the Rams.
I'm with you.
All right, cool.
No, wait. You're the Rams fan.
Yeah, you're the Rams fan.
I'm going to the game. I don't know why we're not getting this Sports Collective team.
Yes. Monday night football.
Can we cover it? Can we get credentials?
We got to do some. We got 2 weeks till then.
Check out Monday Night Football and Sports Collective TV coming on the 10th. We will be back for you in 2 weeks. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Bye.
Shout us out. What's the count?
Big show. Lonzo.
The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your health care. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.